Getting into this Bryson Tiller, still a Tiller stan account, still a Tiller stan account. If you ever seen my name, never been on my channel, I'm still a viewer. That's neither here nor there. Solace and Vice, the full album. He dropped it in parts, Tiller. I haven't heard too much of Solace. Let me know your thoughts on Solace. I heard Vice's solid album. Minnie Kelly, solid. Hunter Band, solid. Really solid project. I know people weren't too high on the album cover, or maybe wasn't too high on the songs. I like the songs. I'm a Tiller stan, and his writing style may not suit everybody, but I think he does a great combination of rapping, melodic rapping, and also singing. So I heard 2 records from Solace, and I love him very much. So we're gonna get into Autumn Drive and see what he's talking about. Tiller gives me a sense of like freedom, like newfound like creative and artistic freedom. Like he doesn't really care as much as he used to, which like at the height of like his hype, so to speak, he cared a lot about what people had to say about him. And if you're a Tiller fan, you understand his story and what he had to deal with in terms of just releasing Trap Soul, and how he had a different perspective than we did. We may have regarded it as a classic, and he didn't. I mean, the numbers are very evident that it was a classic. Don't is 15 times platinum. 15. So it clearly impacted the culture. I think Don't is the highest selling R&B solo single ever in RIAA history, but you can fact check and let me know in the comment box. That is a lot of success. A lot.
Autumn Drive took another lead from the city. Autumn Drive, I took another lead from the city. Looking through the window got me thinking. Back in Louisville it got me thinking. Yeah, back in Lexington it got me thinking. Took a leave in life and started changing. Yeah, you know I was privy to the lame shit. Had to swap her out cause she was basic. I had to swap the tarnish for a stainless.
I wonder how he chooses his, like, for someone that raps and sings. I wonder about a lot of people that are hybrids. We call them hybrids, the people to sing and rap. Smino comes to mind as well. But in terms of just how he fills out his pockets and how he chooses his melodies and when to rap and when to sing, when to stack harmonies, when to do big hooks. One of my friends, and I actually picked up on this too with Tiller's writing style, is that a lot of his hookier, more like stickier, catchier parts of his songwriting are in the verses, and kind of like the hooks, kind of like he lets them ride out instead of the other way around, where maybe the verses you have certain peaks and valleys in the writing, certain dips and falls, and then maybe you save the momentum and the climax for the hook and maybe the bridge. But he's a different and unconventional writer in that regard.
Got some money now, I feel amazing. Cheapest Marriott is where I'm stationed. Realest nigga never had to fake shit. Said I'd come and get you when I made it. You was lonely, you was sick of waiting. Went and got a student loan for an education. Got me wondering, was it ever that basic?
He looking at my boy like he's dinner.
Basic, cause I miss the bases. Rolling up 2 switches in my A6. Kick it, watch your flick in mama basement. Hard to see you kissing my replacement. Tryna be realistic cause it makes sense.
This video shot in like 10K. I could see his pores. I could see his thoughts in real time. Like, this is shot. I feel like I'm there with this nigga.
Got you someone different, yeah, it makes sense. I was stuck on riches, now I hate it. Cause I got this crib and it's vacant.
Fine as shit, boy.
I took a little Autumn Drive, took another lead from the city. Autumn Drive, I took another lead from the city.
I'm trying to figure out and wonder why a lot of Tiller's early naysayers or detractors took such a strong disliking to him, to where he said the criticism of Trap Soul like wasn't a critic darling by any means. And I just want to think about maybe it was too early. Maybe he was the trendsetter on that sound, and blending rap with R&B in the way that he did in the pockets that he chose was unfamiliar to a lot of critics' ears. You know, sometimes when critics don't get it, they may just write it off as something that's just not noteworthy or something that's not significant. Or maybe they may be indifferent on it. Whatever it may be, I can't seem to understand why they felt the way about, Trap Soul. I understand why they may have felt that way about True to Self, which I like True to Self. It's a lot of records on there that I like. He doesn't really like it. And after that, I think he made the shift and stopped caring what people had to say. I think he took a long break, and in between that, I think he understood where he wanted to be in his career. And Trap Soul was such a smash with the audience that I feel like he was able to have that luxury to look within and find out what he really wanted for himself sonically and what he really wanted for himself as a career, and also had to balance that with his family life. And I don't think he would have been able to have that same sort of comfortability to take a step back and really assess where he was going to go. And that break is really needed. You see Kendrick Lamar, Dot takes those breaks often to really live out and really live life and really have some time to think about what he wants as a human, and if it aligns with what he thought he wanted on a career level and what he thought he wanted to achieve. And sometimes those things don't align. And we thought he was going to be as big as Drake, and Tiller didn't want that for himself, I don't think. So I don't know. You let me know in the comment box down below if you feel like you like this direction from Tiller, and if you ended up going in the direction you thought he was going to go to, or did he doesn't care what we think in this regard, but do you think he gave into the pressure and he didn't live up to expectations, or you think that he still ended up being uberly successful and still left his imprint? I think it's the latter. I think he still ended up leaving his imprint, but that's just me. Louisville. Shout out to Louisville, real close to where my family from Cincinnati, so that's fine. Shout out to Louisville. Yeah, I'm a rock with that. I would do the whole album. My whole setup is garbage. Anybody who's waiting on reactions, like, you probably clicked on this, was like, yo, I need a reaction, Stilo. Like, I've been demanding this for months. My boy, my setup is cooked, man. I gotta get a new setup because it's messing up the audio when I do reactions. So if you made it this far in reaction, just know that more reactions are to come. I just gotta fix my setup. So I'm doing the best I can. If you're still here and you've been a long time viewer of mine, I thank you for continuing to watch me. And hopefully you stick around for more.